Hello, my name is Leo, and welcome to another day of LSD, the Dream Emulator. I just had a thought before I started recording to myself. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do when we run out of shit to do in this game? And that day is coming, man. That day is coming real fast. It's like, I think I mentioned it yesterday or the day before, where like, Kyoto is almost completely done. And like that was supposed to be that was my big plan to like milk this shit as long as I could. But I ended up doing that a lot faster than I thought. Granted, I still want to do weird shit like touch signs and see if there's linking that can happen, but so is it implied that this is the top of Kyoto? Well, it's funny because there's like multiple pagodas here. Yeah. There's only like one pagoda in Kyoto. So, yeah, I'm gonna touch this. Just gonna send us into. Oh god, I'm getting a phone call. Wonderful! Just about there. Please wait. Hey, I'm back. Sorry. I, I sent the waifu to buy me. Oh crap, I can't see it. I sent the waifu to send me to buy me some headphones because my headphones broke, and I think that's what I want actually. I can't freaking. No, those are plugs. No, those are buds. Those are buds. Those are buds. Okay, yeah. Okay. The black ones, please. Please buy 5 because they break a lot. It's true. I mean, they're 100 yen, right? So they're super cheap. Um, and then these like they're like spool headphones. So you pull them out and they curl up into a very small size. Oh god damn it! She's calling me again. Hang on. Hey, I'm back. Oh shit, that is the bud type. Oh god. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Shit. I'm really anxious because okay, so yeah, there's the spool ones, right? And they're like 100 yen, right? But they break quite easily. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, the right ones. Okay, so yeah, the right one. Alright. God damn it, it's calling me again. Hang on. Okay, just what a great video this is. This is a great video. This is fantastic. Hey, it's interesting. Sure, it's different. Anyway, um, so yeah, they're not very long, but they're very convenient because you can just like spool them up, and they don't get tangled up because they're always like in their own spool, and you can just like put them in your pocket and take them anywhere. Very convenient, but they break very easily. Probably because they're like I'm pulling them in and out. Like eventually, one of the ears breaks, and then the other ear breaks, and then. Right now, I'm using one that's just one earbud because the other one broke, so I just cut the other one off because there's no point in having a freaking earbud that doesn't work. But there's two types. Yeah, there's the earbuds, which I don't like, and a lot of headphones these days, or earphones rather, are that bud type where it like goes right in your ear. I hate it. I hate those. I like the more traditional types, which what are they called? It says okay. So it says the bud types are canal type. All right, and then the other type is the in ear type. Well, they're both in the ear. All right, don't worry about it. Yeah, the point is I like those ones, and yeah, it's if I could go to like an actual electronics store and buy like these spool types with the in ear type, not the buds, um, I would fucking buy it in a heartbeat. But all the spool types that you find in like electronic stores, at least in Japan, they're all the buds, and I fucking hate buds. I hate them. So many things come out in buds. It's so annoying. Anyway, that was a that was an interesting distraction. What was I talking about? Don't worry about it. It's completely irrelevant what you were fucking talking about. Put that back in my charger. Alright, so back to the game. Oh, are you seriously? Are you seriously just gonna end the dream? Is that because I was paused? Wait a second. Does pausing do that? Does pausing like use up dream time? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Let's find out. This is just a test. I'm just gonna start the next day's dream, which is tomorrow, of course. Yeah. Where are we in the same spot? Oh, we're in there. Okay. So I'm just gonna pause, and I gotta talk about my dream anyway that I had last night. I had a couple of dreams actually, but I only really wrote down one. And yeah, I want to see if as soon as I let go of pause, it just goes, all right, dreams over. Cause yeah, that's interesting. Um. Anyway, dreams, right? Dreams. So oh yes, I remember this dream. Yeah, I wrote it down. I totally forgot about it. What was the other dream I had? No. Maybe I'll remember it if I read this. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I had another amalgam dream. By amalgam dream, I mean it's another one of those dreams where it's a weird combination of Japan and Australia. I don't know why this keeps happening. I keep having these weird amalgamation dreams. Anyway, it's implied that it's taking place in my current residence in Japan with the wife and the parents-in-law. But um, but it is implicitly said to be like my grandparents' place, which, to be fair, they sold the house, but they used to have a house out the country, like a farmhouse. But it could also be like my parents' house. It's kind of unclear. Anyway, the point is there's a big windstorm, like a big a cyclone if it's Australia, or a typhoon if it's Japan, coming. And I sense it, and I realize that that there's probably danger of like the roof falling in. This is why I think it's this house, because This house was, I think it was actually built by, like the waifu's grandfather or great-grandfather, like by himself. So, I worry about the structure sometimes. I worry about, like, there being an earthquake and the entire fucking roof just falling in. At least it's only on one level. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got that going for you. Sure. Anywho. Yes, anywho. So, yeah, sure enough, the storm hits, and, yeah, bits of the parts of the ceiling start falling in and collapsing. And I'm like dodging it. I'm like, ooh, doing like sick, like ninja rolls. I don't know why I'm doing ninja rolls, but I'm dodging. Now, actually, do you know what I'm doing? I'm doing Kiryu's rush style dodge from Yakuza. Where not just rush style, but for example, rush style, where he like sort of phases to the left or phases to the right. So not to get flattened, right? And I get to safety. And then when the storm's gone, we check the damage outside, and the second story has been flattened. Again, my Japanese house is only one story. So it's weird that they do that. Actually, the grandparents' house is also one story, but it's on stilts. Technically, it's two stories. Yeah, it's on stilts. Wait, what was under the house again? Oh boy, let's not go down this rabbit hole. I have very, very, like, interesting memories of playing at, because we used to spend summer? No, we used to spend summer in the Gold Coast. When did we used to go? Shit. When did we okay, my brother and I, we used to get sent to grandparents' house during summer holiday. I want to say it was summer. It wasn't cold. No. But I don't think it was really that hot either. I think it was summer. I want to say it was summer. Because I remember eating watermelon on, like, the porch. Yeah. That house was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it was actually kind of, like, groovy. It was like quite a big house, actually, when you think about it. But what was underneath? Dude, I barely remember that house, eh? I remember. It's kind of hard to understand where the front of the house is. Because you walk. Oh, God. Oh. I'm trying to remember here. It's like oh, shit. It's like a shed garage thing. And you walk through corridor. And you're in there's like a grassy square. And like the house is on one side. But then there's also like the garage on the other side. But there's also another building on like one edge. So it's kind of like this grassy bit is like a inner courtyard of the house. It's kind of confusing. And shit, I can't remember. I remember the toilet was under. Yeah, the toilet was under like the ground level, but then you'd go upstairs, and there'd be a porch, and then inside there was, I don't remember, and then there was the kitchen. I remember eating dinner there a few times. One cool thing that I do remember is that the grandparents' bedroom, and our bedroom, which I assume was actually my mother and my uncle and aunt's bedroom, because my mother used to live there. Wait, my uncle, she was young. I assume it's her bedroom, but there is actually a secret door between the bedrooms, like legitimately like a White House Oval Office type secret door where there's no handle on it. It's just the wall, and then you can just like sort of push it open and like access like the room that way instead of having to go like all the way around. That's actually real cool. I remember that, but that being like really like groovy. But like, what's actually under the house, I don't remember. Like I said, I remember there's the toilet. Yeah, I remember. I want to say there's a laundry under there. I remember the grandmother. She used to do the laundry, but she didn't have a washing machine. She used to fucking do the. She had that thing, you know, that like the old, like hand washing thing where you like it's like a meat squisher, and you would like put the clothes in it, and you'd like squeeze the clothes through it. I, I don't know. I want to say there's more stuff under the house, but I can't remember. It's fine. Why are we talking about the house so much? I don't know. This is hard to memory. It's fine. Anyway, where was I? Right. So yeah, the only house that actually has two stories is my parents' old house. After we renovated it to have a second story. The second story was my brother and I's bedroom and a playroom. And then my brother left, moved out, and then it was just all mine. It was my domain. This is my world. Anyway. So anyway, it was flattened. I'm like, oh, so that's where I lived. I'm like, oh, I'm sad. Right? The other thing that's interesting about this dream is like looking at the damage. Like we're outside. We're standing outside, right, looking at it. There's two Japanese vending machines just embedded in the roof. I think one was red and one was blue. So the red one was probably a Coca-Cola one. And the blue one was probably a Boss Coffee one. Potentially. Now that I think about it, they were probably both drink ones. But I remember at the time making a joke about us having food for a while. Like maybe one of the vending machines had food in it, but yeah, generally the vending machines are all just drinks. Anyway, it's fine. So remember the people that I was talking to at that time were actually my Australian family. So my grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, brother, for example. The car got busted. But someone said that we could use the old truck, which I thought was a wreck. There's this old, like, rusty-ass pickup truck that's always been there, but no one's ever driven it. I thought it was just, just a busted car. I also remember who had it? Whose car was it? I want to say it was my grandparents' car. What car was it again? What kind of car? Wasn't it a Ford? Whatever it was a yellow. The color doesn't really matter, but it was a yellow Ford, bit of a beefy car. I think it was a Ford anyway. It's irrelevant, but yeah, it was an old car, and it was a bit of a muscly car. Not like a real cool muscle car, but it was halfway between there. I remember it being a 6-seater because the front seat was one long seat, and there was no. It was what do you call it? A column stick shift. Like it didn't have a gear stick. It had a shifter like on the column on the actual steering column, so that someone could actually sit in the middle seat in the middle. Fuck, what kind of car was that? I can ask my mum. She'll probably remember. It was was it a Ford Falcon? I don't fucking know, dude. Whatever it was an old car. It was probably a V8. Might have been a V8. I know what happened to it. I think they sold it. Probably guzzled like gas really quickly, or petrol if you will. But this is back in frickin' when 1990 something, when gasoline prices were like fucking nothing. Gasoline prices were like 50 cents a litre or something. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, also someone was checking the washing machine, which is funny because, like I said before, grandpas didn't have a washing machine. But then again, we do here, obviously. But it's a shitty old one. And I was checking to see if the washing machine is still working. And I remember I commented about how, you know, the washing machine, making sure the washing machine works, isn't really the most important thing to do right now. Maybe you should be, I don't know, checking something else. Like, I don't know, the roof. The roof that has, like, vending machines in them. And the ceiling that's collapsed, it's probably leaking now if it rains. Good times. It's weird that I keep having these dreams about where, like, my brain is, like, combining Japan and Australia. It's funny. Oh god, I just copied it. I don't want to copy, I want to cut it. And why won't you let me cut it? Because you're not editing. Oh, fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. So I watched, what's it called again? Bush World Adventures again. Did I mention that before? Which is like it's like a Australian Rick and Morty. I think it's on it's on the Adult Swim channel. And it's made by that guy, Michael Cusack, who's this Australian animator that does these fucking hilarious cartoons. They are hilarious. Good times. I just love listening to the Australian accent. It's such a weird, foreign, exotic thing for me now to hear the Australian accent, like in its proper, in like its fully like realized version. Because like the voices in his cartoons are like the true Aussie. We're getting a car, Morty. We're going to Bendigo to get me cube. I can't even do the fucking accent anymore. My accent's been so, like, naturalized, I think the word, where I'm just, again, I'm an amalgam of, like, American, British, and Australian English. That neutral English, you know? Which is useful when trying to communicate with Japanese that don't really understand the Australian accent. Come on, Morty, get me out! We're going to Bendigo to get me cube! I gotta get me cube! Sorry, I can't help it. I can't help it. Put this witchetty grab on your cock, Morty! Sorry. Please watch it, because it's funny. It's hilarious. I think it's called Bush World Adventures, and it's on the Adult Swim channel. Either the main one or like one of them, I don't know. You should also check out his channel, Michael. I wish I knew how to spell it. But you can look up YOLO, or YOLO Part 1 and Part 2. Or you can look up, is it, no wait, shit. It's Damo and Darren, I think. Is like one of his original, like, series is that got really popular. What was the other one that we saw recently? Oh shit, dude. What? Chucker in the Ute. That's a short but sweet one. Just chucker in the Ute, mate. Look at there's tons of space. Just chucker in there. Just chucker in the Ute, mate. Okay, stop. I can't help it. It's so funny. Australia's a great country. Anyway. I don't think I've ever actually had that accent. No. My accent's never been that strong. Because where I live, it's not that. Even I'm trying to think. My grandparents, they live out in the country, but it's not. Where do you get that accent? Look, even working in the city, I encountered people that had that accent. It's true. But not often. No, but they exist. Yeah, no. But yeah, obviously the more further out you go, more out to the outback, back out in Bendigo. Where the fuck's Bendigo again? I don't know. I just remember Bendigo Bank. It's like a bank named after Bendigo. That's all I know. Isn't there a Bendigo tiger? Yes. Some kind of animal. I don't actually know where fucking Bendigo is. New South Wales, maybe? Let's look it up. Let's find out. We're going there now. We're doing it live. Alright. Bendigo! Wait, why did you say it in Australia? I don't know why. Wait, if it worked it out. Bendigo, city in Australia. Where the fuck is it, idiot? It's in Victoria. Oh. Okay. Now that's interesting, because it's in Victoria, yeah. But, Ballarat, Geelong, just fucking reading out fucking cities in Australia now. Oh, there's Bendigo Bank. Shut up. Because I remember in the Rick and Morty thing, Bush World Adventures, they were gonna drive to Bendigo to get Rick's cube, whatever the fuck that means. But that was gonna be an 8-hour drive. Now, an 8-hour drive, that's quite far. So, where the hell do they live? They must have lived either in New South Wales. It would take 8 hours to get to Bendigo from New South Wales, I would think, from Sydney. Maybe they lived up in Queensland. They could. I'm trying to think what kind of accent that is. If I remember correctly, either North or South has a slower or faster accent. I want to say North is slower. I want to say Queensland, which is up north, has the more like slow, drawn out drawl of an accent. And then down south they got a bit quicker. I don't know. I have no idea. So maybe they're from Queensland. Maybe they're bogans up in Queensland. I want to say it one more time. We're going to Bendigo to get the cube. It's not the way he says cube. Yeah, that's how you do an Australian accent. You just go cube. Just like really emphasize that last sound. Oh, Morty, I'll take you to the bush dimension. You can go pee in there. Yeah, you're right. They always. That's how you do the Australian accent. You just drag out that last, like the last. God damn it, last syllable. Thank you. I'm thinking Japanese. Or just say hatsuan, which is like pronunciation or syllable in Japanese. But yeah, you say the last syllable, like you just drag it out. So I'm trying to think, what can I say? Well, when we come back, we'll be playing another episode of LSD, the Dream Emulator. I can't do it. I can't do it. I fail as an Australian because I can't do an Australian accent. Now I'm gonna pause now and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if the dream just ends. It does not. So was that just like a freaky coincidence? I don't know. Beats the fuck out of me. Well, we come back. Don't do it on purpose. No, I wanna try. Okay. Alright, blokes, when we come back, we'll be... Shit, I'm doing it. We'll be playing another episode of LSD, the Dream Emulator, won't we, boys? Alright, toppers. Toppers? Yeah, I don't know what toppers is that? Toppers? Do people say toppers? But for now... Yeah, you're doing it. That's how you do it, yeah. But for now, My name is Leo, and I'll see you next time. Alright. Chuck her in the ute, mate.